What's good, fam? Welcome to Subs Over Dubs podcast anime review, Vinland Saga, and this is episode 12. Let's get into it. So, for me, be honest, man, the fruits of our labor is coming to fruition. How you feel about that?
I think it was a better episode.
Oh,
I think
negativity is spewing.
it might have been the second best episode so far. The only one that tops that in my mind would probably be when Thorfinn was like getting slashed up, and then he's like, "Do you want to live, bro?" And then what's his name? Snake.
Yeah.
Snake put that fear in his eyes, and then he reacted. That's pretty much the only thing that tops it. So it was a great episode. Interesting. It's interesting. I don't want to get too excited because I don't want to get let down. So I'm gonna hold my excitement and my theories and my,
This is the time.
I don't want to be disappointed.
If there's any time to have that One Piece energy, it's now.
See, the thing is, One Piece is a give and take, And
yeah, it's taking our lifespan. Yes.
They take your money, but they give you so much. In this aspect so far of Vinland Saga, they've just been
One Piece is
taking my patience, taking my joy.
It's patience.
Taking my patience, yes.
Vinland Saga's taking your patience, not One Piece.
One Piece has never had 12 bad
One Piece is taking
episodes.
your youth.
One Piece has never had 10 consecutive bad episodes.
We're gonna continue on that.
Arc, side
We're
arc,
gonna continue on. We're not gonna debate this, but yeah, for sure. I think this is why, even though it was slower in the first, 10, 11 episodes, I didn't have necessarily a problem with it. It just depended on what we were going to get paused on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucks because we just wrapped up our kind of rankings for the end of Q1 because most of the series had ended this past Saturday. But, we can have it, obviously, put it in the next Q2 because it's going into Q2. And that's definitely going to move up easily. But that's why I put it at a B for what it was. Obviously, it's not as good as season 1, but there's a lot of potential, and this is like a build. This is like a climax builder. So
the only thing that I'm gonna be kind of not worried about, but what I'm expecting is if this episode was that good and it's 12, 13 is gonna be better. But
I don't
like we talked about last time.
I don't think it's 13 is gonna be that much better.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be better, but they're gonna leave off on a cliffhanger, and I'm like,
oh yeah, 100%.
And I hope they don't do the core 1, core 2. I just hope that they just run through it. They just keep rolling.
You don't want to wait.
That'd be cool because then at the same time that gives us more weekly content to be able to cover. But I don't want to have to say do 13 episodes. They're gone until October, and then we got to find another anime to cover in its place. And then when it comes back, it's just because if it comes back and it's as good as I think it's gonna be, well, I'm gonna drop the other anime, whatever we're reviewing.
Well,
unless it's like a 12 episode
that'll be in the next quarter though.
I know, but what if they start another anime?
You mean we run into an anime that's a 2-core anime?
Exactly.
I mean,
core 1 starts.
The good thing is, even if that does happen, it's unlikely that the anime we choose is gonna be on a Monday showing.
But that's valid.
So
I'm just
yeah,
I want to make sure that if this half is as good as I'm trying not to overhype on my mind is gonna be, then I want to give it my full attention. Because like I said, season 1 to me is an amazing season, very well balanced, amazing character development, gives me everything. I think we're gonna get that in the second half.
Oh, we're 100%.
So
there's no way we can just have
if they
all.
don't,
we do the first half of season 2 again in season 3 without adding a lot more intense situations. I think it's gonna have a hard fall off because like you said, you have such a great season 1. But the story, the action, it's it's not a lot of dry time in between. Versus here, excuse me,
it's all dry time.
Yeah. Well, it's building. Hey man, you should know what building looks like.
You can still have great in-betweens in building.
You got in-between mob fighting of nobodies to keep you entertained, I guess.
Fast forward, bro. It's the benefits of binging.
Hey, I seen something on Twitter. Someone asked the question. They were like, I haven't been watching the One Piece anime, But hasn't this man been fighting Kaido for like 10 episodes?
That man has been fighting Kaido for like 6 months, bro.
It was funny too, because someone in the comments was like, yeah, the crazy part is this whole raid is one night.
Oh, that is wild.
So, yeah. Again, shout out to One Piece and its horrible pacing.
I love how we always get off topic when we do these reviews.
It's just like it all comes back to like why it's mid. But let's not divert.
We'll leave that for Sunday.
Let's not divert from what matters, and that's Vinland Saga.
What I'm excited for is like, I really didn't expect Thor kill. I didn't expect him to be on the dad side. I expected him to be a part of the plan to overthrow his dad. So I'm like, that's kind of cool.
I could see it happening, but I don't think necessarily.
I didn't think he was loyal like that. Like, I thought he was under the king's, in the king's army. He's part of the plan. Like,
I think he's 100% for his family.
And that's crazy. And what's really excited me about it was now you can start thinking of like, and that's why I didn't want to like get overhyped, but think about Thor kill. You got
Einar,
like teaming up is gonna be
the Avengers.
It's gonna be the Avengers basically. And what I loved is like when Ketil was like, "Oh no, we got all these," he's like upset, and Thor kill's like, "Nah, man, this is a challenge.
It's the beginning."
Like this. And he's like, "I like my odds," and I'm like, "Yo, like, just how strong is this guy?" And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing his back half.
Hey man, he was walking through the mob men, so.
Hey man,
he's a superior character for sure.
Those NPCs look even worse than NPCs.
My boy slashing and dashing. I ain't gonna lie.
He made them look like they were what is it called? AFK.
Yeah,
that was wild, bro. Man,
he definitely he got a handful of bodies and
handful of bodies, yes sir.
The big dude ran up.
So I'm excited to see him kind of like on the good side, I guess you could say, because it did seem like he was more loyal to Canute and things like that and the Royal Army. So
I think he's just another battle junkie. I feel like he's not as crazed, but I forgot the other guy's name that fought Thorfinn that was fighting with logs, the bigger guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Maybe he's Thorkill.
No. That's not Thorkill.
Are you sure?
100%. It's not the same person.
No, not the same person. I'm thinking we're calling the...
Or you think we're mispronouncing?
Thorkill is the one from season
logs?
1.
Okay.
The other son is named... Damn, what is his name? I got sworn it was Thorgil. No, that's something. The grandpa. Man, all these Thor, this and Thor that.
The Thor with the slash in the lip.
It's bothering me, bro. Let's see.
But I see a lot of his traits. They're just like love the battle, love the fight. So I don't necessarily think he's worried about choosing sides for the most part. It is his family, and obviously he chose his family in this situation. But he was able to peep the scene initially because old dude got hit in the eye with the coin that allowed Olaf to, stab him in the neck. And I'm happy to see his progress, his growth, because he went from, getting absolutely humiliated to.
It is Thorgil.
Thorgil.
My apologies. We're talking about Thorgil. Thorgil is season 1, but
Thorgil, very similar character.
Thors is. Hey, so man. I wonder if they're all part of the same
bloodline. Nah.
Yeah.
But they do have the same warrior mentality, man. They ain't.
Or the same original land, because aren't they all from Iceland or something like that?
But for sure, it's just a good episode. I like how we saw the range of emotions from the youngest son. Humiliation to anger to humiliation again, because he couldn't. He's still not strong enough to quote unquote become a man. But then his big brother came up and said, "Get up." I thought he was gonna be like either. Well, I think he kind of implied that it's like either listen, someone's dying. Either you're gonna kill him.
He's like either it's him or you, my boy.
And you ain't gonna walk away in shame with me around. I'm gonna make sure of it. So it was kind of good to see that whole thing. And then at the end when they're on the boat, and shout out to Leaf, but you kind of see him I guess process and everything. He finally got a body on him, and this is everything he's wanted to be, but obviously it's not what he thought it was. It's not all.
Yeah, like there was no honor in it. They didn't really
And
do it
then on top of that,
himself.
like you said, especially when he found out his first skill was assisted, so it wasn't he
Yeah.
didn't even do it. So I think he's gonna become a strong character.
I was gonna
based
say,
on.
I wonder if it just like, even if he had assistance, he still killed somebody. So I wonder if that's gonna affect him mentally, where it's like, killing someone's not what I thought it was gonna be, and then he starts, like you to your point, getting stronger and getting like, So I just hope he doesn't go down like the wrong path, because he'd make a really good ally.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's good to see. I just, in general, he's gonna be stronger overall. Whether he leans into like the sane or he goes off
Yeah,
the
for
edge a
sure.
little bit, because he's definitely been put through a lot. He's had expectations. He has an older brother that was part of the King's Army, and now
He's a G.
he went from the laughing stock because he couldn't harm a pig to he got a body, but wasn't really him per se. It was a fluke.
Sure.
So how do you process that? One hand, you killed someone, whether that you deem that good or bad, you got to process that. Then two, you finally feel like you got this monkey off your back. You've been humiliated, joked on, and you became a quote unquote man. But then
It's like
it's
tainted.
not real.
Yeah, it's like tainted
it's
that
not
honor.
So
It's definitely interesting to see. I think that he's gonna get some good like screen time and good character development. But I'm really looking forward to when everyone finds out about Kettle,
Mhm.
like him being like a fraud.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna pop out because he's kind of. It's not necessarily he's breaking
The
character.
man's hiding inside of a barrel after the coast is clear.
Because you already kind of seen him. He's already been like airing his grievances out with forgot her name.
I'm
It's like almost a man's name, but we all know who it is if you've been following us to this point. I'm sorry with the names. We'll get
These are
better.
a lot harder than just like
They're,
typical like anime. You're like,
listen, at the end of the day, she's not that important to this point. But
still bothers me. I'm like still thinking.
yeah, it's a weird name.
Heimdall.
Imelda. I don't know. I don't think that's it though. That's just what
Good
popped in my
guess, man. Good guess.
I'm really gonna, and just to your point, next episode, obviously, I said it's gonna be a down episode. Obviously, don't get too hyped because by the time the next episode ends, we might get Sea Kettle and Leaf get quote unquote reunited, and we don't know how they're gonna handle necessarily. I think something's gonna happen.
Who's
'Cause
gonna
I
be
don't
reunited?
Leaf and Thorfinn.
Oh, you said Kettle. That's why I was just making sure.
Well, I was saying because he didn't agree to anything.
Oh,
Because it's not his sons doesn't
Yeah,
have.
Thorgil's the one that's like
he
basically speaking on his behalf. I don't think he'll have a problem with it though. Really.
We'll see. We don't
'Cause,
know.
I mean, he's gonna be free regardless.
That was up until the point before he knew he was gonna get attacked though.
Valid.
It's like if you think about it, like if you have slaves,
You're like, y'all dying in my place, my boy.
well, not even about dying in your place. Like you're gonna let the people, like bodies, go that would protect, help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's manpower that you own. So
That's valid.
we'll see.
I didn't think about that. In my mind, it's difficult to think about that because he seems like a genuinely good person. So I can't imagine even when his back's against the wall. Like he's got his son.
I mean, he's a good person,
he's got,
but at the end of the day,
Snake.
how can we really say he's a good person? He has slaves. Even though he treats them well, you still have slaves.
He offers for them to buy their own freedom. It's like pain.
even
And then he's even leaving them with money, bro.
There's no way you can advocate any proper way for slavery to be a good slave master. He can be a better one, but at the end, the core.
How do you? Okay, is he buys slaves?
And
Right.
yes, he lets them work there
Lets
for
them
the
work
freedom.
there, feeds them, and then say, "Hey, you can work out your freedom." So instead of so it's a win-win situation. It's
Is
not
it?
really slavery. You're
Let
offering
me ask
labor.
Let me ask this question:
Okay, go ahead.
Do all slaves get to work for their freedom?
Does all slaves get what?
To work for their freedom?
No.
Okay.
So then it's not slavery. If you can work for your
Wait,
freedom.
what?
Look.
Wait, what?
So it's not a. He buys slaves,
Yes.
but he doesn't own them like slaves. Like he's exchange. It's a goods and service
But
exchange.
I know
it's like a job.
I hear that, but does everyone get that option that you just spoke of? No.
Yes, everyone but the girl.
You don't think that's necessarily bad?
And that's more so probably because he's in love with her.
That doesn't make it right.
I bet you, bro. I bet you.
Listen,
Every man has the option to leave.
I will agree that
but they end up staying because it's a better gig.
I will agree that he's probably a better slave owner than the average slave owner. We can agree to that.
I just
but
don't
at the
necessarily
end of the day,
I wouldn't necessarily call him a slave owner.
They're literally slaves.
Look, it's like, think about it as like an adoption.
Think about
they had nothing.
I want you to think about this. He is gonna let you work for your freedom.
Yeah, that's valid. Like, literally, it's when you clock into your 9-to-5 job. It's an exchange of goods and services.
Yes, but you choose to be in that 9-to-5 job or not. They have to be in that 9-to-5.
They get bought as slaves, yes, but they don't.
You can't just push that to the side, bro.
It's like cheap labor. It's like, think about this. You want to get your roof fixed, right?
We just continue this conversation.
You can go.
This man said it's like cheap labor.
But if we go to the Home Depot, I'll find 5 guys who work.
There's a big difference about what you're saying and what we're talking about in anime.
Those guys don't have a choice either.
Those guys have a choice.
No, they don't.
100% they do.
Either that or they don't eat.
All right, they have a choice. They don't have to do this.
They could choose death.
They could.
That's a choice.
All right. That's a choice. These other guys ain't got it.
They have a choice of being a slave or not.
Oh my God. We're gonna move on because I don't think this is good.
I don't think he's a slave.
It's good, but
he's more like a foster dad, you know, like a foster home. He takes all these people that have nothing, gives them skills, purpose.
Please don't let
allows them to get their own freedom. What other slave owner does that? Don't
let this video be the one to go viral, please.
I'm okay with that. Think about it.
No, I don't want to think about it. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy.
All right, let's put it in the comments. Do you think Ketil is a slave owner, or is he just,
a slave dealer?
A slave dealer, if you will. But look, he offers people freedom, and that's something other slave owners don't do. If you buy a slave, you buy for life. He is exchanging goods and services to the majority of them. Hey, you work, you just do some, and he'll even give you money to leave. Like, hey man, you did your job. It's the same. How is that the same? It's like if you own debt.
Because he owns you.
But it's like a debt. It's like, hey, you pay back your debt, and you're free to go.
Yeah, but who created the debt? The people who are slaves didn't create a debt. Most of them, I would imagine.
They were slaves until Ketil bought them.
They're still slaves because they can buy their freedom.
I mean, it just.
All right, man. We're gonna move forward, man. We're definitely we're strike one coming up. But other than that,
this would be the one to go fire.
Other than that, episode overall, a solid episode. I like the way it's trending. More than likely, I mean, we have another 13 episodes to work with, or is it 12 or 13? 12,
Should be 13, no? 26? That's what I think.
Is it 26?
Okay. That's what season 1 was.
Well, 26, 24, we got at least 10 plus episodes, so we have a lot of time because to kind of break this down, and I hopefully Thorfinn is, back to day one. Thorfinn.
Sure.
Like I said, it's gonna come down to, Einar getting in a situation where he has to act. I'm almost positive that's what we're looking forward to. But yeah, guys, let us know, man, how you feel. What side of the room you're on with this one, man. I think you want to be on Team Sub for this conversation.
Man, he's an honest man, and he just
he only lies about who he actually is and only gives options of freedom to the men. The women that he cares for, loves, in his words. You ain't got no
woman. There's one woman
that we know about. So with
matters.
With that being said, guys, let us know in the comments, man. Is it subs
or is it dubs?
Peace.
We out.